Well, now take down your fishing pole and meet me at the fishing hole. We may not get a bite all day, but don't you rush away. What a great place to rest your bones.
What's up, Ians, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing PA with Ryan Reed. And in this episode, I want to continue to talk about a few fishing DIY projects that I've been meaning to get to. So I have two projects here that we're going to discuss quickly, and hopefully you guys find them beneficial. Okay, our first DIY project is for those of you that have a kayak, a canoe, or potentially a paddle boat. Myself, me and my brother, we have a canoe that we use at some of the local lakes, but we also will rent a paddle boat out at Twin Lakes in Greensburg to do some fishing. Now this particular project, again, is geared towards those of you that have a watercraft like that, and it really covers one scenario, and I'll give you an example. So the first day of trout, we usually go to Twin Lakes in Greensburg, but I'm never sure if I'm going to actually keep the fish. You never know if you're going to catch enough to really make it worth taking them home and cooking them. So a lot of times I don't like putting the fish on a stringer. The fish get beat up, and if I decide that I don't want to keep them, I'd rather release the fish and release a healthy fish at that. Well, this project, it goes a long way to protecting the fish. Plus, it's a cool thing that you can build at low cost to give you an option in your watercraft, or even if you want to use this offshore. So what I'm talking about is a homemade live well. A homemade live well consists of four things, and I have the one that I built right here. So the homemade live well consists of a laundry basket, a pool noodle, a rope, and several zip ties, the heavy duty ones. Now, this pole noodle I got at Target. I think it was like $6 or $7. The zip ties we got at Lowe's. They're heavy duty. They're 45-pound zip ties. A bag of those was like $5 or $6. The laundry basket we had laying around. It's an old laundry basket. And the rope, I use this in bow season. This rope has a clip on it and also the bow hang, which I've kind of used here to shore up the knot in the rope, and then the other end obviously gets tied to your watercraft, or even you can run the rope along shore and pull this bad boy in, when you want to drop fish in it. So this is a great way, because what you do is you take the noodle, you cut it into 4 sections, measure out the side of the basket, slit a line up the middle, you tuck the noodle down, and then you secure it with the zip ties. Do that all the way around. It looks like that, and then what happens is you drop this bad boy in the water, the noodle holds it up out of the water and lets it float, and you have the holes of the laundry basket essentially bringing in fresh water for the fish. So what we've done is we've taken some video from the first day of trout. I wanted to give you guys an example and show you what this looks like. Hopefully you guys like this idea, and you can kind of take this idea and make it your own, build your own, whether you want to use it from your craft or from shore. I think it goes a long way to protect the fish, and it's a low cost project that's kind of fun to do. So go ahead and give it a shot, and if you guys like this, remember, like my channel, or subscribe. So we'll get on to the next project.
Twin Lakes, Greensburg, PA. Trout. There's a trout in the bottom of my boat. Looking good in there. Kept them alive.
Okay. For the tin fly box, we need several items. We need an ALTOIDS can. We need a roll of magnetic strip. We need Velcro strips. We need Gorilla Glue and optional Gorilla Tape. This is the camo pattern. You need a pair of scissors and also decorative stickers. Step 1, open the Altoids box. Step 2, insert magnetic strip. Step 3, insert Velcro strips on top. The object of the fly box is to have the magnetic strip on the bottom so that you can tie lures into the Velcro and the hook can actually get reinforced by the magnet. So I have essentially done that with my Altoids can, as you can see. And the next step is essentially decoration. Now I've taken some camo tape and I've essentially put that on the bottom with a couple more Velcro strips. The reason for that is I can put it on the dash and it won't move as easily. And I've also taken that tape and I've put it on the front. Now that my tin has been decorated with a largemouth bass trying to swallow a bobber, I am now ready to fill the tin up with miscellaneous lures. The final step is loading your fly box with spoons, Joe's flies, mini food jigs, and or a collection of small flies. This gives you a nice little spot to keep a couple of lures, and you can close this up, throw it in your pocket, and get out on the water. Okay, so hopefully you guys found that those two DIY projects beneficial with the homemade live well and again the homemade fly box. These are great ideas that you can find on the internet. You can take this information, you can manipulate it and make it your own, and hopefully it works out for you. One last thing I want to show you. I was having a heck of a time with my car keys on my existing keychain. My keys get tangled up a lot, especially when I'm trying to get into the house. I found this on Pinterest. I took an old fishing lure, a baby Cisco that had a broken bill on it, and I've essentially tied the rings to the bottom of the lure for my keys. Now I have a cool little keychain, keeps my keys separate, and it's a great idea. So not really a DIY project, but something nifty for you guys to give a shot. If you have an old broken lure that you can reclaim or reuse, why not turn it into a keychain? So again, I hope you guys find this information beneficial. If there's something you want to see specifically, feel free to reach out. If you guys like what you're seeing, go ahead and subscribe and like my channel. I greatly appreciate it. So looking forward to hearing from you guys if there's anything you want to look at. Otherwise, I just want to thank everybody for their time. I greatly appreciate it. All right, guys. Take care. What's up, yins, guys? Welcome back to another episode of Fishing PA with Ryan Reed. And in this episode, I'm going to talk about a few DIY... Always the kitty butt. Always.